Where's the remote?
Okay. Karen, you wanna look for it?
What's going on here? No. I'm saying that you can do that.
So I put it in the camera?
What?
Can I put it on camera?
Yes, I'm gonna. Okay, now it's not.
My foot can be on camera.
Touchdown Colts.
Okay. Yeah, what channel was that on? I'm just gonna tap this channel. I'm gonna use the down.
All as they make
Here it
a
is.
big decision down there in Grapevine, Texas.
Yeah, I went to the right channel.
All day long, we're talking college all day long. So we're not all that back.
Are you talking about Marshall?
Full-time Red Sox back in 1996, 97 at Marshall University.
I want to give a shout out to all my teammates, man, representing Huntington, West Virginia. Just let y'all know I'll be home soon, man.
Go, please. The takeover, please.
Gonna be hard. I think Alabama deserves to be at least number 4. FSU number 3, Washington number 2,
But the thing
Michigan number 1.
is, Texas bulldozed
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, but Texas didn't beat Georgia.
They're down.
Alabama also beat Ole Miss by 2 touchdowns. That's a big deal.
Yeah, I think 1 Michigan, 2
And
Washington.
Georgia didn't even beat good teams. So like, okay, maybe.
Why are you talking about Alex Smith? Oh, okay, he's right there. I'm not. It's kind of a bust pick, but not really.
He was okay.
Yeah.
Put the fear of God in you, and that back then they didn't have that. Very simple.
All right, let's give our top 4 in the NFL right now. Teddy, you go first. Top 4.
Well, my top, I start with the Philadelphia
Eagles,
Eagles. This is the team that-
Niners, Ravens,
Eagles, Chiefs, Niners.
Chiefs. Okay. I got 3 of the teams right.
Niners are second unless they win today. They win today, they're
San
second.
Francisco, I think, is going to have to deal with them. Don't forget that team in Baltimore. They are very
Ravens,
tough.
the Chiefs have 3 losses.
Philadelphia Eagles,
Lost to the Broncos,
finds a way to do it.
which they're doing good now.
They've got those 31 conversions, but
I picked up some P. Ryan because Gus Edwards is on a bye week.
playing the best teams and still winning.
Because I don't really want to use Kyle Juszczyk, the Broncos. Oh, yeah, Alex. Totally not a 49ers fan. Alex is right.
Alex Smith is
They're
definitely
right behind them, but just not quite as complete. I love what the Ravens are doing.
totally not biased.
Can't leave out Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, but
Yeah,
when it comes
Brock
down to
Purdy.
this guy right here, leading the NFL in all major categories,
Yep.
QB rating, QBR.
No one's as good as Brock Purdy.
Yards per
No,
attempt.
didn't hurt
He is
him.
incredibly mature.
He doesn't have the best QBR.
So many ways, running the football, play action pass, and then this element. too.
Because he has worse
Well, Alex, I
receivers.
won't spend a whole lot of time talking about the Niners, but they're my number 1.
Oh, yeah, Rex. The Cowboys.
Chiefs are ahead of the Eagles.
Oh, you crazy. The Eagles beat them.
They're going to decide that next week, I believe, or whenever that game is. But the Cowboys, Dak Prescott, we talk about all these quarterbacks.
Yeah, when was the last time they played a good team?
This guy is on fire
Well,
the last 5 weeks of
The Seahawks are.
When was the last time you played a good
their
team?
defense.
The
can match up
Cowboys.
against everybody except Seattle. And
Yeah.
they can play, I mean, give me a
Well,
That's
yeah,
the last
we're
time.
good. That's why we don't play good teams.
Give me the Cowboys.
We're too good.
Well, Rex, I could have easily put the Dallas Cowboys in there.
Okay, I agree with that one.
The teams that
Yeah, I don't think we're number 1 yet.
You need to win to be number
Yeah.
2.
Feeling the Baltimore Ravens and what they've been
If you
able to
win,
do.
you're number 2.
No.
Because you still
You
have
win,
more
we're number
losses than the Eagles.
But man, I have to talk about the defending Super Bowl champs, Kansas City.
Rasheed Rice is
Last
good.
week you're talking about this
I don't
one,
play him
Rasheed
in
Rice.
days.
The reason why I'm so high on this
Yeah,
man
cool.
because he's been absent at times, but as of lately. He's been showing up for Patrick
Okay,
Mahomes.
starts in a minute and 20 seconds.
He's feeling the game. We're talking about hitting the wall as a rookie. I don't see this man hitting the wall.
Sure.
Are you on ESPN back then?
That's my number one.
I'm on the. I forgot what.
It's on ESPN.
Yeah.
You're on Sunday Countdown.
But no, it's next. See, look.
Your record says you are.
CFP ranking show.
Okay.
I'm not saying you
Wait,
are.
top 25. Oh, you're right, Barrett. It is the top 25.
I thought it was all about winning. You
They
guys
win.
said winning matters. I thought winning was everything. Make your case.
I think SMU should be number 25.
Listen, this is the
Or
number
more
one
24.
in the NFL, and also a top 3 offense. Like, they're just more complete. To me, the biggest question mark for Eagles defense.
I love that you went to Niners because I'm already on to college
I think they do the CFP selections first, but I don't know.
And coaches, the
Reading the rules.
and coaches.
This is how all the Florida State fans are gonna be looking at this
Show 'em,
show
Randy.
waiting.
Florida State's not getting in. Florida State's
Y'all better
not
put
getting in.
Florida State in there now.
Don't put Florida State in there. Come on. If they were in the SEC, they would. Thank you.
Is it good?
I know Georgia. I know
If
Georgia.
they're in the SEC, they wouldn't do
I think
that.
Florida State would be number 3. 4, 1 Michigan, 2 Washington, 3 Florida State, 4 Alabama,
5 Texas?
5 Texas, and 6. Who would 6 be? Ohio State. Yeah.
Or Georgia?
Yeah, Georgia. That makes sense.
I think they're gonna put. But the thing is, Texas blew them out. But Alabama, it's so hard. Last year it wasn't that hard to
The
pick.
entire history of the 14 playoff has been mostly lacking. And now it's here.
Yeah.
There you go, has no water.
It's been defined by near misses and scares, and finally, it landed the big.
No, 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 no.
Alabama made its statement by stopping two-time reigning Georgia's 29-game winning streak and making its case for the playoff. Texas holds a trump card head-to-head against Alabama and added an emphatic win in the Big 12. Florida State wounded,
Yeah, that's
refused to
hard. Alabama or Texas?
things
I think they got the
They still
top
have
3
to-
teams. They just need to decide number 4.
Probably safe at this point, so what that leaves?
It's gotta be
14
Texas.
Or 2 spots. You might be thinking, boy, this will be the perfect year to start that 12-team playoff. But the committee doesn't have that luxury.
I said
They're
it's
going to
gotta be
have to make some tough
Texas.
calls that will make and break some dreams.
I don't know if they've ever let out a SEC championship winner.
All around us,
The SEC championship winner.
deep inside,
Right when you're watching it over there.
more than digits in a sequence. They're symbols of success.
We already got the top 2 teams locked in. We need to decide 3 and 4.
I know.
They said that Michigan and Washington are already locked in.
Yeah. We don't know who's gonna be 1 or 2. Michigan probably gonna be 1.
Yeah.
This is where the line will end and
And they
the
beat Ohio
final
State.
test begins.
Oh, it's going to be in the Texans Stadium?
Of the number 1. Michigan Wolverines, Big Ten champions for the 3rd consecutive year. A winner over the Georgia Bulldogs. So many numbers in the world. So many teams vying for this prize. Who's counting? We are.
Fox Sports. Right?
Remarkable to think that we are in the 10th year of this college football playoff era.
25.
Texas 13 committee members spent the
Might
weekend
be.
watching games, hashing over numbers, talking about their football judgment, and ultimately will release the teams that are in the college football playoff. It is a virtual lock that Michigan will be in the playoff for the 3rd consecutive year after winning the Big Ten championship game against Iowa last night. The watch party in Indianapolis, waiting to see where and who they will play. Austin is the place where they have experienced playoff euphoria. Texas, with a chance to go in for the first time, made its case by winning the Big 12 and it's the best non-conference win of the season, winning early in September in Tuscaloosa. Conference championship games, one of the criteria, if teams are closely grouped together. Washington beat Oregon twice, 34-31 in the Pac-12 championship game, the final one of this version of the Pac-12 on Friday night. And Washington appears to be safe getting into the playoff. Texas was dynamic, obliterating Oklahoma State Quinn Ewers threw for 1,000,000 yards in the first half and finished with 4 touchdowns as they rolled on. Only the single loss to Oklahoma in their season. Alabama, underdogs, beat Georgia 27-24, stopped the dogs. 29-game winning streak.
Man, I got all of the Power 5 championship games right.
The best will outweigh everything else, and Alabama hoping that.
What was your record? 6-4?
6-4, yeah.
Michigan.
So I went 1-4 in not Power 5 championship games.
In the playoff last year, Michigan
Did you do it right?
going to get another one. They shut out the Hawkeyes, who had struggled
Oh, Miami will have-
all year long as they roll for a third
But you
straight
picked Tornado.
No, I picked
And
Miami to
Florida
have.
State, Jordan Travis out for the season. Tate Wanamaker, the backup quarterback, out for that game. They turned to a freshman, Brock Glenn. They didn't get much out of him in the passing game, 55 yards, but
Yeah, but they won by
they are perfect at 13.
10.
We've got reporters
and
that-
they only took
Jay Rabbit
16.
at
That's
Michigan.
what's
We got
your
Molly
thing?
McGrath at Washington, Chris Buttons at Texas, Marty Smith at Alabama.
You don't really have to have the reporters at Michigan and Washington.
It's Rebbe. Who's gonna be 4? Because Florida State might be in.
Yeah.
All, along with Marty at Alabama at Florida State. We will hear from all of them coming up in a matter of moments. Glad to have you with us.
Can we just see who number 25 is now?
Reese Davis along with Booger McFarland, Joey Galloway, Greg McElroy, and Kirk Herbstreit. So Kirk, you're usually the most powerful man in college football at the moment.
Okay, so yeah, they do the playoff teams first.
Graphics machine. He
And
won't
then they
get the
do the-
ratings
I think they
before
go-
he's got to type them up.
1-25.
Yeah, it start with 1, then they go
We'll
to
see them
25.
when everybody else in America does. What are you looking for?
Well, it's the first time since 2014 that we've had this. You know, we're 5 teams from the 5 power conferences are up at the top as
This is
champions.
why we're getting a
Those are
12-team playoff.
opportunities.
Yeah.
And this is where the committee is going to split hairs. And if you look at it, you know, after Michigan and Washington, you start to get to that 3 and 4 spot. You get to
Would
these
you want to
cluster
put in
teams.
Florida State
I think
because their
sometimes people
quarterbacks
look at this
injured?
and they think, okay,
But
head-to-head
they're
should
undefeated.
matter.
Yeah.
And they've never left out an undefeated team in a power, undefeated team that's won the conference championship in a Power 5 conference.
Well, they have to leave out one.
Look at the last one. Relevant
No,
factors
Alabama
such as
didn't go undefeated. Texas didn't go
Oh, yeah.
undefeated.
affected the team's performance. So I think they have to be looking at that. How much do they weigh that?
Yeah,
I
so
think at the end of the
they
day,
got
really,
1, 2, and 3 already locked in. I
Is
think.
Florida State
I think
unequivocally a
Florida
better
State's in.
team
I don't
than these
know.
other teams, then you put them in the top 4. If you are putting them there because they're undefeated, if you're putting them there because they won the ACC championship, you can see a championship is not like that's it. It's one of the factors, just like an injury is a factor. So how they play that.
Just
That's what
like
I
an
said.
injury?
Interesting to see
Oh,
how
he's
that
a
impacts
butt.
Florida State
What?
positively or
That's what I
negatively.
said. Are they going to put in Florida State because their quarterback?
Yeah, because Florida State will get rolled by Alabama or. Well, if they put.
You don't know.
Florida State.
You never know. It comes to the day of the game. You never know what's gonna happen.
Hey,
They said
Rodemaker
that
could
he's
play. Rodemaker could play, but Jordan Travis won't play.
Right now,
Yeah.
I think without a shadow of a doubt,
Yeah.
Alabama is among the 4 best teams. Now, will the committee be willing to move them in front of a team that is currently undefeated as a Power 5 champion from the ACC with a great non-conference win against LSU? Or will they move them against a team that beat them head-to-head on the home field? I think Texas is in. The debate between Alabama and Florida State.
I don't think Texas is in.
If they
Why? They beat Alabama.
The 4 best
Beat
teams
Georgia.
should be Alabama.
And they won every game but the Oklahoma game, and they won their, they destroyed.
I don't know.
See, that's their ace in the hole. They beat Alabama.
Yeah.
So to put Alabama above them would be a screw job.
Yeah.
Would Texas beat Georgia though?
In watching these teams play last night.
I don't think
last
Georgia
couple
is
weeks.
in.
And so when
Me
people
neither.
start to think about this committee and what their job is
They
to
put
just
Georgia
be
in
best.
2021 when they.
That's it.
Well,
Not even
Wait, no,
connections to
didn't they
anything.
win? Yeah, they
Not
lost.
looking at who's the best
They
games,
still put them in,
the 4 best teams.
and they won the.
Is
Okay.
it eye test
Yeah.
or resume? Or is it a combination of both? Because I would challenge each and every one of you, how do you look at a team from an eye test standpoint without understanding who they play, who they beat, which gets us back to the resume? So at some point, you have to combine both, and you have to understand that we have to look at the games played on the field. I never want to turn college football into a beauty contest. This is not a beauty pageant. Let's judge them how they look. We have to count the games. And to me, I hope the committee understands that Texas went to Alabama and beat them. I hope they understand that Florida State, regardless of who was playing quarterback, went 13-0 and won a Power 5 conference, and there's a reason that somebody like that has never been left out. And I just hope they do the right thing today.
You know, only one team, though, there's something is going to happen that hasn't happened before. Because in addition to an undefeated team having never been left out, only one time has a team won a conference championship game in the Power 5 and been left out. That was Ohio State. And also, you haven't had anybody come from lower than 6 to make the playoff. Somebody's going to do that. Either Texas or Alabama will be doing that. So while Florida State is sweating it out, while Alabama's sweating it out, maybe even Texas to a little degree, others aren't. Certainly they aren't at Washington, and they are not at Michigan, where Jen Ladner is at the watch party. Those two teams, we figure will be 1-2 when the bracket is unveiled in a few moments, Jen. So what's the move like with the Wolverines, who are going for the 3rd consecutive year, but looking for their first playoff win?
Yeah, and then they're probably gonna be 1 too.
Hanging out with the hardware here in Indianapolis in the watch party room. I'm told that this room last night was standing room only as the Michigan Wolverines celebrated that 3rd straight title, and everybody was excited, staying up till about 4 in the morning. Some players even saying 5:30 in the morning. So maybe the vibe in here is a little sleep deprived or tired, but more than likely, guys, it's confidence. As that conference champion that is undefeated, they know they are in the college football playoffs, and they told me they really don't have a preference of if they are 1 or 2. As soon as those rankings are revealed, they will get back on the plane and head to Ann Arbor. The players will get the entire week off, as they have for the last 2 seasons, and then they will lock in on the playoff opponent.
Is their win
There are still more
over
to achieve with this team.
Is their win over Ohio State better than Washington's 2 wins over Oregon?
And Molly is in
No watch party.
Molly, what's it like in Seattle right now?
Well, Lisa, it's a lot quieter here at Washington. Their head coach, Kalen DeBoer, just arrived at the Huskies facility. He's one of the only people in this building, and he'll watch the rankings reveal alone in his office. There is no watch party. There's no celebration surrounding today's announcement. And DeBoer said that's really proof of his team's confidence. They expected to be here all along. DeBoer said there's a real case for his team to be ranked number 1 and stressed that the Rose Bowl is the most preferable location because of location and travel and the history of that game, especially in the final year of the Pac-12. And DeBoer marveled at the coincidence that the last time Washington won a national championship was in the Rose Bowl against Michigan on January 1st, 1992. If they play in that game, it'll be 32 years to the day of their last title race.
And Molly, Washington does have an edge in strength of schedule. They also have a win against, or more wins against ranked opponents than Michigan does. So perhaps you'll get.
Alabama has more wins over top 25 opponents.
Based on previous rankings, one would expect.
Than every other team there.
We'll wait and see once Brandon gets
Florida State, of course, was defeated.
Graphics machine. So here are the resumes of the other teams fighting for this spot. You look at the strength of the record. SOR means how an average top 25 team, what's the percentage chance that they would achieve the record that they did? And you see all fare very well. Strength of schedule, Alabama has the huge edge, Texas did, and then Florida State well back in the pack, and then Georgia still has the 37th ranked schedule.
Yeah,
So
geez,
here are
that's
the
not
numbers,
good.
you know,
What?
Georgia has the 37th ranked
Chris
strength
seems
of
that with the
schedule.
conference championship and also the head-to-head win against Alabama, that among these teams, the Longhorns would be in the best spot.
They haven't? Wow.
Yeah.
They are. They're very confident in where they are right now. They're having a watch party a couple feet away from me. That confidence also comes from the fact when you look at what they've done on the field and also with their resume. Big 12 champions, and now they can say they have a win over the SEC champions. When you look back at that early season win against Alabama, you start thinking that that's the biggest bullet point on their resume. Because if it was easy, more teams would do it, but they don't. However, confidence doesn't necessarily equal sleep. Not a lot of sleep for Sark last night because at this point, it's out of their hands. To a place where there also probably wasn't a lot of sleep, we go out to Tuscaloosa and Marty Smith.
Chris, thank you so much. Good morning. All is quiet here in Tuscaloosa as well, although Coach Saban did just walk right by me. He just entered the facility a few moments ago. Offensive coordinator Tommy Reese walked over to me and goes, "What do you know, man? Tell me something." I said, sorry, man, we'll all find out in just a few minutes. But as Coach Saban said last night, they believe that they have proven their case. They beat Georgia, the #1 team in the country, winner of 29 straight, and back-to-back national championships. So they believe their resume stands up against anybody in the country. I talked to Tyler Booker last night, the offensive lineman for Alabama, on the field after the championship game, and asked him, what did you guys
Just go to
show
the
them?"
announcement.
He said that the Bama standard can only be imitated, not replicated, and we hope the committee will give us 2 more games to prove it. Now let's head over to Championship Town currently, Athens, Georgia, where Laura Rutledge is with the Dogs.
No, they're not.
Marty, these dogs are hoping that the standard set throughout the regular season is what sticks in the
That they
committee's
didn't
mind,
show anything
not what
like-
happened in the SEC championship game.
They beat these teams that aren't that good.
They beat Missouri, who was
Yeah.
9 at the time. They beat Tennessee, but Tennessee isn't that good right now.
Executive director saying this is not about the 4 most deserving teams. This is simply about the 4 best teams. Kirby said we are 100% one of the 4 best teams. And he told me he hopes they look at the eye test. He said if you see who we've beat, the top 20 teams that we've had success against.
I think it needs to be Tennessee and Florida State. I'm sorry, it's not fair if it's not.
Texas.
Defensively,
That's
he
what I
hopes
meant.
that's enough for a team that he cares. a
But
whole
who you
lot
rooting
about.
for?
Let's go to
Florida
Doug
State
Lyles.
and Alabama, right? You're rooting for Florida State and Alabama.
I don't think Alabama should be in it.
Yeah, but who do you want to be?
Florida State and Texas.
They've been joined by their teammates up here. When I spoke to Coach Mike Marvell earlier, despite only getting less than 2 hours of sleep, he was very optimistic. He said, we've done this offensively, defensively, and with special teams. And after
What's
last
your
night,
waist size?
we've done it with 3 quarterbacks.
32 or 33?
Your chance, Reese. We'll see how it goes.
Forgot.
Eric, we will, in a matter of moments, you know, as they say, if the facts are on
One of
your
those
side,
2.
argue the facts. If the law's on your side, argue the
Okay.
law. If neither are on your side, then jump up and pound that table as hard as you can, and the coaches are doing just that.
Bad time.
It's not the most deserving. It's the best 4 teams. You're gonna tell me somebody sitting in that committee room and doesn't think that Georgia team is not one of the best 4 teams. I don't know if they're in the right profession.
We won the SEC. We beat the #1 team in the country. If you really want the 4 best teams, I think this team is one of the 4 best teams and one of the teams that's deserving to be in the play.
This may be a little bullish of me saying, but we'll play anybody in the country, and we'll find out if we're good enough or not. We have the team, the culture, the scheme, and the versatility of this team to play against anybody.
I don't think it's fair if Texas is
I
not
believe in what
there.
they can do. They showed
Or
up
Florida
every
State.
single week.
What's it?
So I don't really care about what everybody else.
Typically not fair. That's why I think these rankings are BS.
But what my favorite about Alabama's not in, because SEC winners never won that terrible thing.
I don't care. They lost. They're not undefeated.
Neither is Texas.
Yeah, they are.
They lost to Oklahoma.
Oh, then they shouldn't be in either. Who's undefeated? Only 3 teams?
Yeah.
That's it. Only 3 teams. Nobody else.
They need to
That's
sign.
honestly Liberty in the Conference USA.
All right, put Liberty in there.
Now through January 2nd.
Rocco, what are you doing?
So what? So it's Washington,
Oh, what is
Michigan,
it?
and
I'm gonna
Florida
throw my
State.
You think Michigan's gonna be 1?
So, but those are the 3 undefeated. Washington, Michigan, Florida State. So then they're
Now they're in the Power 5.
then they're gonna pick the 4th. It's either gonna be Alabama, Georgia, or Texas. And it's so weird
Florida
because
State could not be in because they don't really have a quarterback. Unless their defense can do good against like these good of teams. We'll see. It's not up to us.
Some people just know that the best race for you is a race based on you. Because
What time does the tournament start?
115.
If it's undefeated, then no doubt those are the 4 teams. Maybe not.
Leave a little after 12:30, but
important business to take
we don't want to get there right at 1:15, right?
Why would you pay your rate based on anyone else? With Allstate, you're connected to a rate based on you.
Like 105 or something.
When game time runs into dinner time, a hero must rise. Like DiGiorno,
Right,
rising
you're so
classic
cute.
pizza. Because delicious fresh baked taste straight from your oven always wins. It's not
Do I have my ball?
it's DiGiorno.
Do I?
I was
Oh.
okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
Oh my God.
Psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay. And I
We
was
have to
done
go in,
traveling.
Mama.
It's If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or
Water shoes are behind back there.
Rinvoq
Oh, okay. I'll get it when I.
Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can
It's
rapidly
unbelievable how close this is. Like Georgia,
relieve fatigue.
I don't think they're gonna be in, but
joint damage.
12-1 is still gonna be good. Texas is 12-1.
Yeah, there's 3 12-1 teams. They should have a match. Should have a game.
They should have a tiebreaker.
Well, the tiebreaker is who beat them, which Texas beat Alabama, Alabama beat Georgia.
Yeah.
So Georgia's out.
Yeah.
Done settling? Ask your rheumatologist for
But they are.
and take back what's yours. Abby can help you.
Texas didn't beat Georgia.
We created Shakaroni my way. An extra large pizza topped with extra cheese and
Oh, it's so
extra
cute.
For a limited time, get free delivery with a minimum purchase. Only at Papa John's.
This is how you take the field. This is how you make Saturday special.
Because of Dylan Gabriel, there's this whole argument.
Is how you
Does he beat Texas?
This is how we go all out and show how
La
we
da da.
SEC on ESPN and ABC. This is how it's done.
Here we go!
To the college football playoff selection show. Presented by
Rocco, who is it gonna be?
TNT.
Washington Huskies.
Alabama
Crimson Tide. Texas Longhorns. Michigan Wolverines. Florida State Seminoles. Georgia Bulldogs. You gonna take what belongs to you. Who will be in the college football playoff?
Next year, in the college football playoff. Next year, we expand to 12.
At 220, the
All these teams are in 12-team playoff. They're gonna say, okay, we're gonna have a 5-team playoff. All these teams but Georgia then. That's it.
Answer questions. We will hear
Georgia wouldn't be in because they lost, right?
make the college
Yeah, but they're still 12-1. Texas never beat Georgia. But then again, Georgia didn't win their conference championship.
at 2:30, the rest of the New Year's Six bowls are confirmed.
This year will be revealed. That's what they're playing for. College football playoff, national
So
championship.
does that mean our bowl game's gonna be announced at like 5 or something?
So let's do it one final time. Last year of the 4-team playoff, and we haven't had this much anticipation since the first year in 2014 when Ohio State, Baylor, TCU were fighting for one spot. There are 4 teams for 2 spots, it would appear today. The rankings are in. Brandon has put them into the Viz graphics machine, and we're about
So
to
stressful,
unveil
even though we're not a fan of either team.
Yeah.
football playoff for the 2023
They're showing
season
5 and 6
presented by
Oh, yeah.
AT&T.
This is not real, right? This is just what they think.
This is real.
No, this is
This is it. This is real.
Is
Michigan.
we're seeing these for
Yeah.
two, and it's Michigan. There's
To
some thought that
Washington.
Washington has a couple more wins against the top 25 that maybe the Huskies will move into that spot. But the Wolverines, we assume will go to the Rose Bowl. The semifinals are in the Rose Bowl and in the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day. The perfect setting for the semifinals. And the Wolverines are going for the 3rd straight year. They're 13-0. There's Jim Harbaugh. Who's got it better than you, Jimmy?
They knew it.
They expected it.
They're there to see who they're gonna play. Is it Washington?
Yeah.
Who's number 2?
I like
We assume
Washington.
it will be the Washington Huskies.
Yep.
And it is indeed. What a job.
So those are the 2 year. What's the 5-6 game?
5 and 6. That's
That's the. Isn't that New Year's Six Bowl?
yeah. I think that's the Orange Bowl.
Is that on New Year's Eve?
Playoff for the first time since the 16th. I think to the point.
That's a new. Yeah, that's New Year's Eve.
5 and 6 is for like who's the best team that didn't make the playoff?
And the way
Not the Orange Bowl.
started that game, set the tone,
and it never looked back from there.
I forgot what the bowl game is.
The Huskies dominated. You thought Oregon was going to be more physical team. Washington controlled the line of scrimmage and won the game.
And now remember how the committee does this. You have 6 teams in a group, then you rank them, and the top 3 are taken off the board then, and then they repeat the process. So when the rankings, the final time they went through the group phase, here's the 3rd team that was
Here,
taken
will
off
it be
the board.
Florida State?
Texas!
Oh my gosh.
It's 4 Florida State.
Is
Florida
it 4 Alabama or Florida State?
You know that people
Florida
would
State.
bitch so much.
Yeah.
Florida State or Alabama. Here it is. Here it is. This is
Florida State.
Alabama. Make it Alabama. They be number 1.
Florida State.
Alabama.
We assume that will put them in New Orleans. And while Washington's the 2nd seed and will wear the home jerseys,
Alabama. They're playing Washington.
advantage from a crowd standpoint for Texas.
Alabama. Make it Alabama. Make it Alabama.
Florida State.
Alabama.
Florida State.
Alabama.
Florida State.
Alabama.
Texas. And we said right off the top, you've got these one spot.
I think it's Alabama because Florida State doesn't have a
Alabama.
quarterback.
Florida State.
Alabama.
Florida
Alabama.
State.
Alabama.
Oh, come on.
Alabama.
One spot.
Could be Georgia.
Oh, Florida State's strength of schedule is 55th. That's not good. Yeah, they should put in Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama should be a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alabama. Put Alabama.
Alabama should be
The injuries that Florida
Alabama.
State
Alabama.
Shut up, I hate you, Hershey.
Alabama. Alabama.
against what they accomplished, obviously what they accomplished.
Shut up. You don't know anything.
Put Alabama. Put Alabama.
But that injury
Put
to Jordan
Alabama.
Travis is
Put
part of what
Alabama.
the committee takes into consideration. If you're looking at Alabama.
La 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 la.
There it is. Here it is. Oh, I got it.
I didn't know their strength of schedule was 55th.
We go back to the rankings in the NFL. Let's look now at number 6.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're going. Don't be Alabama. Don't be Alabama. Don't be Alabama. Don't be Alabama. Georgia.
Okay,
Georgia. Oh my goodness. One loss to Alabama.
And they don't put Alabama versus Georgia in a bowl game. That would be stupid.
Yeah.
Put Florida State at 5.
Probably would be.
Rankings have fallen completely out of the college football playoff field. So this leaves us with the decision and everyone.
Are they saying 4s or 5s right now?
Florida State.
I think they're saying 5 now.
One spot. Whoever's 4 plays Michigan. Number 5, heartbroken. Who's number 4?
Alabama.
Yeah! Alabama! Woo! Alabama! Alabama! And Georgia's going to destroy Florida State.
Lines up at number 5, and Florida State is the first.
Let's go, Alabama then!
Champions from a Power 5 conference.
Can Papa's watching this?
Yeah. That's bullcrap.
No, it isn't.
Makes sense
Florida
because
State
their
got
quarterback
no
is injured.
quarterback.
I'm not shocked with how Florida State played the last couple weeks. They just dropped off considerably at quarterback, and it's understandable, and I feel terrible for them. They did everything you could possibly ask them to do, and here they are on the outside.
It's Michigan, Alabama.
Michigan has never played Alabama
Why do we play the game?
in the playoff. I don't know, have they played?
I'm picking Alabama.
To punch their
I'm
ticket,
picking
but the
Texas.
committee actually did.
No, I mean like Alabama in the first
the last
round.
10 years.
I don't know. I'm gonna pick
Forever
the
it's
other
been-
one. I have to think about
It's
that.
one of the most easy to justify.
Yeah, Washington, Texas. All these games are going to be hard to pick.
The zero-loss team should be ahead of the one-loss team. This is the head-to-head. They took
Alabama
everything
scored
into account,
more
took a step back,
against Georgia than
acknowledged
Michigan
the
did against
weaknesses we talked
Iowa.
about in the past.
Well, Iowa's defense is
Put
good.
in the 4 best teams. And that is not an easy thing to do. So I want to tip my cap to the committee because that is a difficult decision to make. And they think they probably went to the thing that was a little less popular than it would have been had they just gone with the undefeated Power 5 champion.
Well, I'm going to completely disagree with you. To me, this is a travesty to the sport.
I
Because
do.
we go out there on the field and we
No.
play the game. And
Yeah.
regardless of whether it looks good at the quarterback position, regardless whether we
It's
win
the
with offense,
game.
whether we win with defense, the name of the game is to win. And that's a reason never before has this not been done. Winning a Power 5
Well,
conference,
Florida
going
State hasn't
undefeated,
scored a lot.
and not getting into the
But then again, if Alabama were in, they'd be talking about how SEC team has never before not been the SEC championship has never been in the
One
playoffs.
team hasn't lost, and that's Alabama. One team doesn't in Florida State. And the fact that this committee could take a Power 5 conference champion that's undefeated, Those kids who went out there and busted their behind and not get into the playoff based on the eye test. Mind you, this is the same Alabama team who needed a prayer in Jordan Hare to beat an Auburn team that lost to New Mexico State. So that's really what has me bothered right now.
Reese, can you deliver the strength of record, strength of schedule?
This is
Yeah. That's what I said. 55th strength of schedule is not good.
Yeah, Georgia had a better chance at being, and then them, of course, they're ranked better than Georgia because they're undefeated.
I totally get what you're saying. It's absolutely heartbreaking and devastating to them. The ACC has a winning record against the SEC this year, 6-4.
Guys, 12:29, we going?
This year against
Brush
the
my hair real
ACC,
quick,
and they won
and then
both.
we'll
I
go.
get it. But they're a different team. This has
Marco,
been
you
your
can't
point,
come.
Joe.
Yes, that has been my point. And so I feel awful for Florida State and Jordan Travis. Because if he was still playing, this would be a different conversation. Everything you speak of was accomplished with Jordan Travis as their quarterback.
Number 1, Michigan. Number 2, Washington. Number 3, Texas. Number 4,
With
Alabama.
Tate Rodemaker
And Brock
with
Glenn.
Brock Glenn.
Yes.
55 yards passing last night, it wasn't pretty. Here's the thing, Book, and honestly, I hear everything you're saying. If our goal is to have the 4 best teams, there's nothing to do with what you deserve. There's nowhere in the bylaws that say you have to be undefeated. There's nowhere in the bylaws that say if you're in a Power 5 conference, you're a champion undefeated, you get in. I feel terrible, but when we look at this Florida State team and what they are today, what they were last night, what Alabama, who lost to Texas, who was the 3rd team in this thing, what they were then and what they are now. This Alabama team is different, and you know this.
Yeah.
And this Florida State team is different, and you know this. They lost their quarterback. It's not a receiver. If Worthy doesn't play for Texas, they're still a really good football team. When you lose your quarterback, that is different than any other position in any other sport on earth.
Let's
Quarterback's the
You
most
just gotta win a different way.
Let's get Kirk in quickly. Kirk, when you've heard these
Oh,
discussions,
Dallas
and
Goedert's
you've heard
questionable.
a lot on Florida State's side, from winning against the SEC to the ACC.
Oh, wait, no, he's out.
Against the SEC.
Said he was out.
Is this
No, he's
simply
been
a
out.
case
That's why I'm
where,
playing Jay
Jordan
Dunn.
Travis not been hurt, or to be fair, let's say Tate Rodemaker had really put up some numbers offensively in the Florida game, so you had a little more data to support that Florida State would be
Okay.
competitive, that this would be a no-brainer decision and the Seminoles would be in. And this all centers around the established criteria by the
Are we happy, Mom?
Well, happy Thanksgiving then. I don't think it's right that Florida State didn't make it.
Why? I thought you would want that your brother and your dad's favorite team to be in.
Alabama always makes it in. You didn't
No,
want the
they
Cheetahs?
didn't last year. They didn't last year.
Not last year, not 2014, not
Thanks for brushing your
2015.
hair. When we go out, we brush our hair.
I thought I was.
Go brush your
I'm
hair.
not even doing anything.
Go brush your hair.